Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. We got the next main scenario quest right here. But we also have something right up here. The Sword in the Stone. Unlock quest for another piece of the Ether Currents. Presumably. The Ruby Sea. We're gonna get the last exploration one as we continue the main quest over to here. I think we go grab this right now. We should be in a good spot. Still more actual quest unlock ones here. Just be in a position where we can get them when they show up. So let's head up. Or something. This part of the island is the lower part. It's under the ocean and everything. This is an island. Something, something. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's not exactly saying that it's way higher up or anything. Someone just up in here or something? Let's see. What are we working with? Oh, it's right here. A slender Koshin is here. And they do have an ether current for us. The Sword in the Stone. We mostly use lances and spears and such. A sword could be something though. The slender Koshin is looking for a man who is light on his feet. Yeah, somewhat. It's so far away, but I cannot give up just yet. Don't give up. Persevere. Oh, a visitor. My, your footsteps were so light I did not hear you approach. I could really use the assistance of one as nimble as yourself. Oh, there it is. Do you see that sword protruding from the large boulder up there? Must find a way to procure it, that I might accomplish my dreams. Like all the others, I want so desperately to explore the surface in search of treasure. To do so, however, I must first prove to the village elders I'm worthy of embarking upon such excursions by retrieving that sword. My comrades have given me advice on how I might reach it, but every time I get close, I lose my footing and end up tumbling into the waters below. Could you perhaps do me a favor by demonstrating how I might get up there? Come, let's move up above. I shall observe your lithe movements from there. It's a jumping puzzle quest. That is not a skill we have developed so far. Is up above. Water pool up. Oh, it's just falling down. I can fall. Falling is within my repertoire. Do you spy that large plateau jutting out of the cave wall over there, even by jumping over to it? You must demonstrate to the Koshin that this feat can be accomplished without the use of any outside help. Should you call upon a mount or fall into the water, you must start over from the beginning. Alright. That does make it slightly more difficult here. Beautiful. Nailed it. I too can make it to the plateau. But it's from there that things become tricky. Every step must be taken with calculated precision, or you risk, like me, plummeting into the waters below. Okay. Question. Does sprint influence jumping stuff? Missed it. I've fallen into the waters below, and also the side of a cliff below. Can I just angle this to launch me on there? I don't think that's how this works. It's a very particular system here. Let's try sprinting. I don't think that's really that much better. It works. So that's how you must do it. I shall give it a try. Jumps a second until plateau complete. You coming? Speak. Oh, there's the sword. We already made it. Beautiful. Wow. Even falling in the water does hurt a bit, though. But there's no enemies down here, so we just end up being fine. I'm beyond impressed. You are possessed of incredible grace. It's clear to me now. One must tense all the muscles in their legs, then push off from the rock to gain enough momentum to make it to the next one. You restored my confidence. Thanks to you, I'm one step closer to fulfilling my dream of exploring what the world above has to offer. Alright. See if we have anything like that later here too. Understand the movement of the winds. And 25,000 XP. Brilliant. How much easier would it have been on a mount here? That's not right. Perfect. Nailed it. Alright. Fantastic. Well, that was nice and easy. I can work with that. And I would just have a bunch of regular quests. And also this one, which we've completed and it's just sitting over there. Depending on how this transports us, we're going back up again. Depending on how this transports us to the next area, might have to go back over there first, then come back. There's a teleport over to this location, so that's fine at least. Entrance is over here to go down. There we go. Figuring this whole place out and all that. All right. This one, wait, actually, this is another one of the currents. Okay. So that would be this other quest current. We have a finding one where we're going, and then one more quest, and then we can fly here. That'd be great. Okay. Fly/swim. We're doing some swimming. Gliding through the water. Elsa. Breaking and delivering. Much like her brother, Elsa also loves it when a plan comes together. Always a good time. I don't know about you two, but I'm ready as I'll ever be. Me too? Let's do this. Alright. Right. Not left to say then. Let's say, to the Eye of Zeki. Are you nervous? Me? Nervous? Come now. I mean, it's not as though I haven't risked my life in ridiculous ways before. Well, maybe I'm a little bit. Strangest thing that. Complete out of character even. Anyway, let's go. You're going? How do we get there? Follow. So they get to over here. Somehow. And then this says like an underwater cave or something? Okay. So we still have to actually go that direction. Fine. Well, you can do that. And our other quest is on the way. That works. That works. In the water. Swimming the correct direction. Bubble right there, bubble over here. Not too far away. Unlike the whole palace thing, way further down below. Can we go through the upper currents here? We did. We're gonna pop up into the sky and fall. We're just inside now. That works. I can work with that. Up here, you over there. There. Quite nice. This allows me to once again thank you for your help. You may be happy to hear that the palace guards are all slowly beginning to return to their senses. Seems peace has finally been restored to the palace. You have saved everyone, including Shivzai, from an untimely death. If only the Ruby Princess would open her eyes, Suno Sato will be exactly as it was before. I suppose we must simply be grateful for how well things turned out. Now that the worst of the storm has passed and the tides have begun to calm, it's time that I came clean. What's this about? Also, we got some rings. It's like a monster and sound range priest. After road ninja. 265 ring. Let's see what we currently have. We got this 270 ring. A 240 other kind of ring. This one better? Should be. Stacking everything we can here. Dragoon. And great. Okay. Is that actually better? Yes. We also got a new body at some point here. Equip. Alright. Alright. Beautiful. The gear sets definitely fluctuate quite a bit here. What are you unlocking? What's it unlocking? Fathoms below. Base reward, and then options. Ready to divulge her great secret. What kind of secret you got? What are we talking about? The hour of truth is upon us, yet I am just unsure of where to begin. That's how much lines you have about that? The Ruby Princess, who quietly slumbers on, she... perhaps it will be easier to explain if you could look upon her as I speak. Please follow me. Come. The Ruby Princess. Over here. Hi. She said I will be bringing her out shortly. You should be about a few moments longer. This seems like a big deal. Normally the Ruby Princess isn't seen around here too much. Just bring her out unconscious, down on the streets. Alright. We're over here. Where we're going. No, they're up here at least. There they are. Oh, Hisui, why? Why do you refuse to open your eyes? Matik, there's something you must know. I'm not the Ruby Princess's younger sister. In fact, she has no sister. Okay? I am the Ruby Princess, ruler of Tsunosato. My goodness. The slumbering girl before you goes by the name of Hisui, and is my dearest friend. We've known one another since childhood. Your Grace, I'm entirely to blame. Had I been more prepared, more aware, Lady Hisui would not be in this sorry state. You see, a few days ago, we received visitors from the outside. They had come to perform a court ritual. To protect the Ruby Princess from any potential dangers, we decided to conceal her true identity. I had her lady-in-waiting, Hisui, take her place. As she and her highness bear a great resemblance to one another, something owing to the fact that they are distant blood relatives, I was confident no one would notice the switch. I was right. That's why when proceedings commenced, it was Lady Hisui who became possessed by the terrible fiend they summoned. And now, well, you can see for yourself what's become of her. To mitigate such disaster, severe restrictions on who can enter and exit Susi of the Violet Tides have always been in place. In fact, even the Ruby Princess is forbidden by law to leave its gates. When wraith after wraith began appearing, however, I was left with little choice. I whisked her highness away to the village and had her pretend to be the Ruby Princess's sister, Kurenai. Kurenai, that was the name I had before my mother passed away, and I assumed the title of Ruby Princess. It was also the name Hisui would call me by growing up. For as far back as I can remember, she was there for me. From the best of times to the worst of times. All the laughter and tears we shared. Hisui, is this truly where it ends? Forgive me, Your Grace. This is my fault. If only there was a way I could go back and prevent all this. Since there's nothing to forgive. None of us could have predicted this would happen. You are no more to blame for what has happened than I am. Arctic, you now know everything. Hope you do not think any less of me for my lie. Alright. Now that everything here has been settled, I shall be departing from Tsunosato. The cure to Hisui's condition can only be found above. I know this because, as Ruby Princess, it is my duty to study all the available writings at the palace. Very well, Your Grace. Where would you have us go? No, Shizai. I shall be embarking upon this quest on my own. You'll be staying here. The people need you to protect them in my absence. And she's off. Her Grace has made it clear she would have me remain behind. Master Artich, might you accompany her in my stead? While Lady Hisui's body remains, her soul has long departed. Fear that no amount of rest or magics can cure her. I can only hope that in traveling with you, it'll make it easier for her Grace to come to terms with the tragic fate of her friend. Until such a time, she must face the truth, however. I ask, nay beg, that you keep her safe. Can do. Probably. Huh. Dragon. If you want to go to the Isle of Zeki, that is where we are heading. You're offering to accompany me on my travels. That's incredibly generous of you. Thank you. No problem. I should give you some time to prepare before leaving Tsunosato. Please come find me as soon as you're ready to go. Okay. Get some other rings or something. This is leading to something. Your princess is waiting for you to join her. Alright. You are ready to depart? Excellent. Let us make for Onokoro. I believe we'll be best served by beginning our search there. You see, while we have next to no contact with the outside world, we do receive the occasional visit from the Cosion of the Blue. During one such visit, I was given a tome filled with fairy tales. It was old, worn, and, from what I'm given to understand, written in Kugane. In it was a story about a fisherman who sailed the Ruby Sea. While traveling, he came across a princess who had fallen into a years-long slumber. She was eventually awakened upon taking an elixir of some sort. What intrigues me, however, is the fact that many of the places this fisherman visited exist in the real world. It makes me wonder if, perhaps, the story is rooted in reality. The tale begins in Onokoro. Trust you will escort me there? Sure. Thank you. Now let's depart without any further ado. There's like a potion or something that cures sleeping, but that's not really what we're doing here. Yeah, make it all the way to Onokoro. Up. Yep, they made it there. A fantastic job of escorting her to this location. There she goes all the way there, and then we teleport over. Honestly, probably better than actual escort quests. That can be a whole situation. And a boisterous pirate's here. Hey. Apologies, my friend. I'll not be able to help you right now. Let's give this young lady a tour of our island. So this is Onokoro. It's a lovely place. The people here are incredibly warm. Take this gentleman, for example. As soon as I set foot on this island, he offered to take me on a tour. What are you looking at? Wait. You know what I'm looking at. So you're gonna stand there and ignore me? Is that it then? Wait a minute. I know you. My grandma's talk about you all the time. My apologies, sir. I was only just joking with you, of course. One can never have enough rich or powerful friends. That's why I approached your young charge. Figured if I helped her now, she'd someday return the favor, should I ever need it. So what brings you to our island? Story. You're looking to learn more about a fairy tale? I know nothing of fairies or tales, but mayhap I can direct you to someone who does. There's a fisherman who visits us once a year to hunt for treasure. Some of the men here say he is as old as the seas themselves. I reckon he, of anyone, will be able to tell you your story. Lucky for you, he just arrived the other day. You'll be able to find him at Quickscape Pier. Thank you for your assistance, sir. We will go speak with him right now. Okay. Not to worry, little lady. Just be sure to remember my name and pay me back when the time comes. Boisterous. Oh. I think... Did the kind gentleman ever give us his name? Don't worry about it. Without a name, I'm afraid I'll be unable to send him payment for his help. It is terribly unfortunate, but there is little that can be done. Now let's promptly make for Quickscape Pier. We do not want to miss the fisherman. Apparently only comes once a year. What convenient timing. Cough, cough. Let's go. Run around town. Still can't fly. Alright. Just off on another adventure here. They're just waiting for us over at the island. We're just off doing other things. Wouldn't be the first time that we say we're gonna go do some stuff and then leave for an extended period of time. Mostly a dungeon queuing problem for that. That's alright. Here, at the pier. See him. An elderly fisherman. The tale was about a fisherman, so this could just be him. Just immediately. That'd be convenient. Hello there. Is there something you need? You know about a fisherman? The Tale of the Fisherman and the Ruby Sea. Ah, yes indeed. It's been a long time since I heard that one. I believe it was my great-grandfather who told me. Perhaps my great-great-grandfather. Or perhaps my... It doesn't matter who told him, just tell us the story. It's all good and well, sir, but if you please just tell us the story. That's a long time ago. Oh yes, my apologies. Let's see if I can remember how it went. I very much hope you have not forgotten it. You might never know the whole tale if you have. The tome I received as a child was so tattered, I could only read bits and pieces of the story. I recall now. Once upon a time, there was a fisherman on the island of Onokoro who was saved by a Kojin of the Blue from the maws of a terrible beast. As thanks, the Kojin offered him a vial of liquid. When taken, it would allow the fisherman to plunge into the far depths of the ocean without drowning. It was there that their journey together began. They visited temples, palaces, and villages under the sea. They met all manner of men, women, and creatures, including a beautiful princess who had fallen into a deep, deep slumber. According to her people, she had been like that for years. Hearing this, the Kojin pulled out another vial containing an ancient Tamamizu potion, which had been passed down to him from his great-grandfather. Or perhaps it was his great-great-grandfather. To continue with the story, upon being given this mixture, the princess was instantly awakened. The moment their eyes met, she and the fisherman fell in love. They were immediately wed in a palace at the bottom of the sea, where they lived happily ever after. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to recount that regaling tale. It was truly enlightening. I'd say, from what we heard, I can only assume the story took place at Scene of the Violet Tides. Perhaps we should return to Sunosato and see if we cannot dig up any mention of this incident. Potentially. Again, thank you very much, sir. You're a man of great wisdom. Oh. Temples and villages and such under the sea? That would check out. And he goes back to fishing. Man of great wisdom. What a kind young lady. Most people never ask me to tell them stories. On the rare occasion they do, they complain at length afterwards. You seem to also enjoy my tales. If you're interested, maybe someday I can tell you a tale of how my great-great-great-great-grandfather discovered this place. Yeah, it's quite the lineage. Alright. Back over there. We're down into the water. Then from there. Also can potentially just go into the water. To try that at some point. Also depends if it's a area that is deep enough for actually swimming and things. There's lots of bits of the water that are just like ankle deep. Although to be fair, that is our ankles. We're pretty tall. Huh. back in here. So we got some information, but not any of the actual potion just yet. We are right around here. Up or down? Over here again. Okay. While I know little of what life is like on the surface, it seems to be a lovely place. The people are incredibly kind. I grew up listening to stories of how pirates would slit your throat the first chance they got. But those on Onokoro seemed rather cordial. Though perhaps I have your presence in part to thank for that. She'll be joining us shortly. Most stories in Tsunosato were passed down orally. You should be able to tell us if any of our own stories match the tale the fishermen recounted for us. Okay. See if we got any info. A tale in which a Huron fisherman and a princess were brought together by a Kojin and wed in a palace under the sea. Sounds almost as if it's a story about Shisui of the Violet Tides. Though the part about the Ruby Princess marrying a Hura might be something of an embellishment. To the contrary, Your Grace. I believe generations back, a Ruby Princess and a Huron man were once joined in holy matrimony. The son they bore was said to have had almost no scales. Until now, I considered it to be merely a tall tale spun by the elders for their grandchildren. Yet it is possible that the story is true. There's a chance that the remedy also exists. It's not impossible. Your Grace, I must apologize to you. If I were being completely honest, I thought all hope for Lady Hisui's recovery was lost. What you tell me, however, has revived my hope. You are a born leader. Through your actions, you have reversed all our fates. That's incredibly kind of you to say. Without this wonderful gentleman beside me, we would never have come so far. I'll try my best. Indeed. Master Sin, please accept my deepest thanks. As long as you are here, I can rest knowing that Her Grace and our village will remain safe. Now, Your Grace, suppose you are about to announce your intention to travel to where the Koshin of the Blue reside in search of this miracle cure. I wish you safe travels. Yep. I think, at long last, I can see the light. Hisui might finally be saved. Alright. Complete. Quest complete. Next. The Elixir of Life. The Ruby Princess is eager to depart for Tamamizu. It's time we get some necklaces. Isaac, are you ready to go? Good. Let's immediately set out for Tamamizu. While Tsunosato has, for the most part, isolated itself from the rest of the world, we've had some little contact with the Kojin of the Blue. This, however, will be my first time visiting their village. Shouldn't be a problem. You've already been there before? Excellent. Then you should be able to show me around. We've already got a whole reputation going out here. That's kind of the whole idea. Get enough people ingratiated, working together, eventually actually get some help in things. That's the plan. Whoop. Just up above, just outside town. Tamamizu is not so different to that of our own village. Now, where should we begin our search for this ancient Kojin remedy? Should I ask some of our acquaintances for advice? Find a Kojin who gave you the book of fairy tales. just had the book. How's all our acquaintances? They'll know. They would know who to know. Well, I've met some Kojin during their stay in our village. Afraid I cannot recall who any of them are. Ah, but wait. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The merchant who gave me the tome. I was going to talk to other guys, but... talk to your acquaintances. That's not too many. If I'm not mistaken, he goes by the name of Inban. Let's go search him out. Okay. Looking for someone. It's the same as asking someone to look for someone. All works out. They're over here. It's been many years, so it's difficult to be absolutely sure, but I think this is Master Inban, the merchant I told you about. Inban, that's my name. Do you know each other from somewhere? Maybe. Has she even been going by the name Krina at this point? Surely you must recognize her. Now that you mention it, perhaps there is something rather familiar about her. Oh yes, I remember now. You're the little girl from the palace. People grow so fast, they do. You've changed so much, I scarcely recognize you. Master Inban, glad to see you have not forgotten me. We have sought you out today to ask you something regarding the book of fairy tales you gave me long ago. Ah, I remember that one. What would you like to know? Truth? Look, sir. You can find a cure for your sleeping friend, a most noble cause indeed. I'm an avid collector of ancient tomes. In one of them is the exact remedy you speak of, an elixir that can wake those who have fallen into a deep slumber. Truly. Then might you share with me the recipe so I can recreate it? The recipe should be easy to find. The necessary ingredients, on the other hand, not so much. What do you mean? To make this potion requires the shell of a bloated umami. A giant umami that has had over 100 years to mature. Decades have passed since one of these was last spotted. Your only hope now would be to capture a umami larva and wait 100 years for it to grow potent enough to make your cure. No, that cannot be. It's too early to give up. You're absolutely right. Just as you saved the Violet Tides against all odds, so too must we rescue Hisui regardless of how hopeless it seems. We'll find this mystical creature no matter how hard or long we must search. Perhaps it is as you say. If you were to look hard enough, you will find one. If you're serious about this, I would suggest you begin your search in exile. It's formerly considered a prime hunting ground for the creatures. Kelp was often used to lure them out of hiding. I shall go and gather some straight away. Okay. Good. Gather the most succulent stalks you can find, take them into the cave. If any bloated umami are present, they'll immediately be drawn to you. Or perhaps you should have this man here take them. You appear to be as strong as our gatekeeper you do. No doubt you'll be able to make quick work of whatever appears. Artik, I shall meet you at Exile. In a bit, cup in hand. Okay. Where's Exile? Cool. And now they are here, in a place we've never been. Alright. That works for me. Let's get some exploring in. Because why not? Never had a reason to go here before. Potentially one of the other just side quests and stuff send you out in a direction like this. There's a bunch of them. Kind of all nearby. Push into some different directions. Okay. So up here, 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 here. More map to be seen for sure. New location. The Anemone Gardens. There's the adventure. So we went over there to find that before. Exile. Inside. I made sure to collect the longest and most luscious stalks of kelp I could find here. The hunting grounds Master Inman mentioned are in the deep recess of the cave just over there. Alright. See what we can find. From what I gathered, the bloated Yumi's great age is what allows them to accumulate the incredible amount of magic, most of which is concentrated in their shell. We can only hope that, should one be here, it'll be tempted out of hiding by the sweet smell of its favorite food. Alright. There's a regular one. Not bloated enough for my tastes. That one doesn't have a shell at all. Destination. Alright. Gonna lure all these other ones towards me too? That'd be a problem. Kelp stalks. Succulent stalks of kelp, collected by Princess Granai to bait bloated Mimi out of hiding. Yeah, big guy. Aggroed, another one. Close enough. Yeah. Dying. Heal myself. Got a little bit of health here. Ow. Sprint away from that. Mr. Life objective fulfilled. Deliver the shell. Did we get the shell? I'm running back. Hello. I'm not doing great. I'll be just a moment. Really inspiring confidence out here. I just come running out of the cave, getting chased by snails, having a good time. Yeah, it was just in there. Man's here now. Master Iman grew worried and kindly came to check upon us. Do you have any luck in the cave? Yes, I grabbed this and fled for my life. Loaded Umami shell. Shell of a century-old Umami has accumulated a prodigious amount of magic. Magic. Is this what I think it is? You did it. You have procured a bloated Umami shell, perhaps the very last one in existence, even. So this is a shell rumored to be capable of curing any ailment. Looks nothing like that of a regular Umami. That you were able to find one so quickly makes me wonder if the bloated Umami is not as gone as we think. Mayhap they simply began burrowing deeper in the earth in response to our excessive hunting. I must make up for this grievous miscalculation. Please give me the shell. I shall make the remedy you seek and deliver it to Suno Santo. It may take some time to prepare, but it should be well worth the wait. Oh. Thank you very much. Now, Isui might finally be saved from eternal slumber. Okay. Arctic, once again I'm in your debt. Together let us return to Suno Sato that we might share the story of your success with Shusai. Alright. Did you guys get a big ether crystal so I can just teleport there? That's fine. There goes Orma. You also get the ability to breathe underwater. Just kind of chilling as a dragon, you can do whatever you want. Live in the dream. Live in the dream. Inside. Okay. Suicide has been duly informed of all that happened. When I told him of how you slayed the bloated Yumi, his eyes went wide and his mouth dropped. Ahaha. Rarely do I ever see him so surprised. Then again, he has every right to be. Your efforts have allowed Master Iman to set upon making a remedy that should, in theory, have been impossible to recreate. Which reminds me, Liv, I owe you an apology. You were only to escort me to Tiramisu, but due to my own inability, you were forced to do so much more than that. Truly, I do not know what I would have done without you. In addition to saving my people, you have opened up my eyes to the world. Through you, I have come to learn so much. When I finally return to Sisu of the Violet Tides and reassume my role as the Ruby Princess, I shall look back fondly upon the memories we created together on this grand adventure. Until such a time that Hisu awakens, however, I shall remain here. I sorely hope that you shall too. Okay. Quest complete. Tankiness. Dragoon necklace. 265. Quest. It's not better. I already had a 270 necklace. Rip. The two princesses of Sunosato. The Ruby Princess impatiently waits Inbound's arrival. Artik, Master Ima has yet to arrive with the elixir. We must now allow ourselves to grow impatient. He will come to us as soon as it's ready. The longer we wait, however, the more I worry about Hisui. Shinsai assures me she is doing well, and that, thanks to one of our own ancient remedies, her bones and muscles remain strong. Even so, I feel compelled to confirm this with my own eyes. Let's go to her. Come. Helpful to have that kind of stuff. Yeah, various magical comas and things being possible. When having her brought from her room, should not be much longer. Okay. Couldn't just go to the room instead of moving her all around the place. Looking upon her, I'm reminded of the Ruby Princess from the fairy tale. What causes you to continue sleeping, my friend? Initially, I had feared the void scent that possessed her had driven her soul from her body. Now I suspect that Hisui's spirit has simply gone dormant. And it is attempting to recuperate from the trauma it endured. Master Iman's elixir will likely restore what vitality has been lost. Indeed, that is correct. There we go. Master Inban. I've brought the elixir. There you go. In the olden days, we would sprinkle this over the eggs that refused to hatch. It would serve to strengthen the soul of the Kojin within. Sprinkle? Do you mean to say Hisui does not need to drink this remedy to recover? Drink it? There should be no need for that. All you need to do is pour this over your friend. Here, I made plenty. Alright. Dun dun. Dun dun. Oh. Moving. Open. Yes, we. Yes. Up and ready to go. You're awake. Thank the Kami, you're finally awake. I'm sorry for everything. But Princess, what are you talking about? Don't remember a thing. It's been days and or minutes. To think that you had to travel so far and overcome so many obstacles to save me, I know not how to thank you. Nay, 'tis I who must thank you. Think nothing of it, Princess. As your lady in waiting, it is my duty above all else to ensure that you are protected. Oh, Hisui, truly I'm blessed to have you in my life. Everything works out. The girls, they are identical. I cannot for the life of me tell them apart. Indeed, there is a great resemblance. Master Sen. Now that Lady Hisui is awakened, her grace must return to the palace and resume her duties there at once. While I will ask that you say your farewells to her here, I do hope that this is not the last you will see of each other. I've watched her grace blossom into an intelligent and capable young lady under your care, so it made me think that being sequestered in a castle is not the best way to raise our rulers. You think? You have saved us in more ways than I can count, and taught us so much. Tsunosato is forever changed because of you. Thank you for everything. There you go. So, it is here that our grand adventure together draws to a close. I, however, would like to enjoy your company for just a little bit longer. Please allow me to escort you to the gates. Okay. To the gates. Or something. There they are. In the distance. There. I shall ever cherish my memories of our travels together. Whenever I look back upon them, they'll fill my heart with a serene happiness. You came from afar and braved the depths of the sea, all so that you might rescue a sleeping princess. The story has a familiar ring to it, does it not? Indeed, and just as with the tale of the fisherman, mayhaps someone somewhere has recorded our story too. Sadly, this is where I must part ways with you. It's time for me to return to the palace. Farewell, Arctic. Farewell, Tsunosato. Or rather, until next time. With me to take Her Highness's place while she is away, I do not imagine it should be too hard for her to sneak out whenever she pleases. Even Tsunosai has difficulty telling us apart. All we need to do is exchange clothes and no one will be any the wiser. To prove my point, here's a quick test for you. Look very closely and tell me, am I Kunai or am I Hisui? I can't look super close here. Don't you have longer hair still? I can't move closer to look better. One of their horns was like slightly more pointed. I think hers was. Kunai or Hisui? You are we talking to Kunai? Who are we talking to? You're Prince of Kunai. Haha! You thought you could tell us apart by our clothes. Mistaken. Just earlier we swapped garb and I'm in fact Hisui. Fine. Or maybe you're lying about that. Who knows? Despite our nervous juries we've bartended together, it seems even you cannot tell us apart. Maybe more curve there? I don't know. Hair? They can also just do their hair different too. Oh boy. That's a great plan. Hisui, let's leave it at that. I think perhaps we've teased or taken enough for one day. Just as you have guessed, I am the real Kunai. You were always incredibly perceptive. Yeah, there we go. Maybe? Who knows? That is the secret. Now truly, this is where I must leave you. Life is a long and winding journey, and I'm certain of our paths will cross once again in the future. Till then, I ask that you keep on smiling and maintain that wonderful disposition of yours. Fare thee well, my friend. And that's complete. Get some more jewelry. Okay. Nope. Goodbye. Is it? Okay. Is that unlocking anything? Or is it just the start of the question unlocked? And then we have the rest of it to do? That's fine. little bit more experience ain't too bad either. We had level 64 at some point there. Did we get anything for being level 64? 60, 62, 68. Level 64, Drake's Bane. Attack with potency of 380. Combo action, Wheeling Thrust, Fang Claw, Wheeling Thrust or Fang Claw as a combo. It should not be assigned to a hotbar. With Thrust and Fang Claw, change to Drake's Bane with requirements for execution on that. Okay. So now we can actually use these. And then use them again. Okay. Let's move these so I remember that that's a thing we can do. True north. Direction requirements. Go to the location of that. Jump to the location of that. This will business over here. Leg sweep. Yeah, move some stuff. Jump is also just a move. Throwing things. It's full thrust. Fang and Claw. And then the other one. It becomes that. Then you have Disembowel into Chaos Thrust. Into Wheeling Thrust. And then the other one. Doomspike, Sack Thrust, all over here. Jump in, throw in, Enhanced Piercing Talon. Something like that. Jump, bigger jump. Traveling over there to jump. Buff item. Moving things. Elusive jump grants Enhanced Piercing Talon. 15 Yalm's back. And it's slightly stronger this. We also want to go forwards. That's alright. Alright. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. And now, we can keep working on the main quest. Next time. Goodbye.